We are back here on Opposites Attract. Unfortunately, we probably blew out one of the mics after our last topic of conversation, but maybe I can raise the levels a little bit now. I don't know. Maybe a little bit.
That might be risky.
I don't know. Yeah, we don't know what we're going to be doing, but go ahead. Open up our next topic.
Our next topic is the NBA Mount Rushmore. It's a proverbial thing that has been brought about the past weeks through the NBA All-Star Weekend, which I frankly sidetracked. I thought the All-Star Weekend was a bust. I didn't find it entertaining at all. I'm sorry. I think it's
I don't find it ever
overhyped.
I don't find it ever entertaining.
But anyways, the most entertaining part of this was Bill Russell at 80 years old talking trash to LeBron James, and I loved every second of it. Have you heard this story before?
I saw Bill Russell at the All-Star game. But I did not hear the comments he made. Can you please read them?
LeBron James listed his Mount Rushmore of the NBA. He included Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Oscar Robinson, which are four very good players.
I saw that.
He left off Bill Russell, the most winningest player in NBA history. This is what the legend had to say. Hey, thank you for leaving me off your Mount Rushmore. I'm glad you did. Basketball is a team game. It is not for individual honors. I won back-to-back state championships in high school and back-to-back NCAA championships in college. I won an NBA championship in my first year in the league, an NBA championship in my last year, and nine in between. That, Mr. James, is etched in stone. First of all, boom, roasted, burn. Bill Russell delivers more heat off the court than LeBron James does on the court. First of all,
so John's got his own heat he's releasing right now.
First of all, great burn by Bill Russell.
I mean, for a man at his age, what wit?
What wit? Yes. I want to be his best friend. Basically what just happened. But that leads us to our conversation now.
Yeah,
what is our NBA Mount Rushmore? I think we should go back and forth one by one.
Absolutely. So are we gonna put these in any sort of order, or
I'm going to put them in order.
Of importance?
In terms of we're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Fourth most important, third most important, etc., etc., etc.
Okay.
So since I started the conversation, I will go first, and I will start by going with I have Larry Bird as number 4 on my Mount Rushmore. I just love the fact that he didn't have the greatest athletic skill, but he showed more competitive nature than a lot of the NBA players in NBA history.
Fiery.
Yes, his rivalry with Magic Johnson is legendary and completely well known. He was a winner. He won.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He was a winner. He won 3 state MVPs, 3 state national championships. That is why I have him at number 4 on my Mount Rushmore.
And even though he didn't do anything great, he did everything right.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
He was not superb at anything.
Exactly.
But
he did everything.
He did everything someone could possibly ask for.
Exactly. Passing, shooting, everything. Mine now. Unfortunately, we're starting at number 4. I thought we'd be starting at 1 for some stupid reason.
Why would we start with the most
I don't
important?
know, but I must say for number 4, I had 3 choices that I want to bring to the table.
Well, you got to make a decision.
And
now.
I do have to make a decision, but I wanted to liven up the conversation by telling you what 3 choices I had to so difficultly make a decision on.
Okay.
I was stuck between Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Kobe Bryant. Now
I want to crank down those mics again because this is about to get heated.
I must admit that Kobe Bryant was the least of those 3.
Okay, I'm glad you admit that.
So what I'm trying to decide now is probably because I also had an honorable mention of who we may see on the Rushmore in years to come, where I may move Kobe there.
Okay.
Along with LeBron James.
Okay.
But that doesn't count for this conversation. So I'm going to narrow it down to Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. And that means I have to make a decision right now. Look, Magic Johnson, he's won championship. He's won NBA Most Valuable Player in his rookie season. He won 4 more championships with the Lakers during the 80s. He was an amazing passer. I think that I should have made this decision before we came on the air, but I think that I am going to go. I think I'm going to go with Larry Bird. I think I'm going to agree with you.
All right. So,
I think I'm going to agree with you.
All right. So obviously, Smarts wins out on this one. We both have Larry Bird ranked at number 4 on our NBA Mount Rushmore.
I like the way you highlighted for me the fact that Larry Bird did everything right, wasn't exceedingly, amazing with his skills. So
he made the most out of what he had.
Yeah, and he was fiery and competitive, and yeah, you solidified my argument right there. Okay, number 4, what do you got?
Number three, I have Larry Bird's counterpart, Magic Johnson.
Okay.
He's on your list as well. I think he should be on a lot of people's lists. Listen, I think he was a phenomenal player, one of the most exciting players to watch ever. I also think you have to put him on the list for everything he did when he was diagnosed with HIV. To come back
absolutely.
And to make that, I think that was a big step in America, accepting the disease and moving forward with it. I think it was big for sports for him to do that. I think he's a great player in his own right, but I think that cemented him in my top 4 because of that experience, the courage to come back.
Right. No,
and
that's a good point.
face the scrutiny and face the people looking at him to come back and then continue to perform well.
That's a good point.
That is why I have him at number 3 on my Mount Rushmore.
Magic Johnson, unfortunately, is going to stay in a near tie with number 4 for me, with Larry Bird, and I'm going to put number 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as a rookie, averaged 28 points per game as a rookie, and even in his last year was averaging, I believe, 23.4 points a game. It's still unmatched. Nobody really can. Nobody as a rookie ever averaged 28 points per game. He has 6 titles and 6 MVP. What else do I have to say? 6 titles and 6 most valuable player awards.
He was one of the best players of all time.
I judged it on his accolades and what he's done. I put him, as you should, with making your Rushmore. It should be on what they've accomplished. And even though Magic Johnson did a lot with giving giving people motivation, just the way he showed himself, how he exemplified courage and coming back from HIV, aside from the fact that he was great statistically as well. I mean, one of the best statistically. But I'm going to give it to Kareem because of his numbers, 6 MVPs and 6 titles.
I have no objection with it. Listen, there's so many choices to make here. I think
it's very hard to narrow it down to 4.
To narrow it down to 4 is incredibly hard.
Almost impossible.
It is. Because there are so many different variables that go into the decision.
And that's why I feel very uncomfortable putting Magic out, which is why I almost give. It's hard. I don't know.
You give half a face to Larry Bird and Magic Johnson.
It's almost, but
Rushmore.
For the show, I have to choose one, and I choose Larry Bird. But it's almost a tie. Yeah.
All right. Well, my number 2 is going to go to Bill Russell. I mean, listen, when you win 11 championships in 13 seasons, you are doing something right. You are the most winningest player in any major American sport. And listen, he was surrounded by talent for his entire career, which makes me not put him at number 1 because he never really did it on his own.
Right.
But he was surrounded by talent. He led this talent. He did everything that a team would need him to do, and that is why he is number 2, because when you win 11 championships in 13 seasons, that's utter domination. Like, your name is next to the word domination in the dictionary. That's Bill Russell.
That's true.
So that is why I have him at number 2 on my Mount Rushmore.
Very respectable. Well, I have it written here. I like to map out my choices, and right next to the name that I've chosen is I have written Bill Russell gives him a run for his money. But I don't have Bill Russell there.
Okay.
Do you want to know who I have there?
No.
Do you want to guess who I have there?
Please don't say Kobe.
No.
Please don't say LeBron James.
I put Kobe and LeBron. I told you on my honorable mention of in the future of possibilities of going to the Mount Rushmore of the NBA. You okay?
Oh yeah. No, I'm good. Sorry.
I chose Wilt Chamberlain.
I can't argue with that.
Wilt Chamberlain, you made a very tough argument with 11 out of 13. I mean, that I almost have to, say that that's an argument that's tough.